And what I'm showing you here is just a used hacksaw, power hacksaw blade, and I have it marked here on the other side. What I'm going to be trying to do is turn this into a nice little backpacking knife. That'll have a good saw blade on this side and then a knife blade on this side, and I'll wrap this in some paracord. As you can see, I have it marked here where I'm going to grind it down to and cut it off at, and maybe drill some holes in it to lighten it up a little bit. And when you use these blades, typically the part that gets the most wear and tear on the teeth is right here next to the butt of the power saw. And the part that gets used the least is usually out here. So these teeth out here are still in really good shape. I don't know if you can see these or not. There's still some paint even in between there. So they're in pretty good shape. And like I said, the goal is just going to be to grind this edge down and get a nice sharp edge on there, and then I'll worry about getting a good fine edge on it after that, and wrap it with some paracord. So I'm going to grind it down a little bit and see what we come up with. Okay, so I have the majority of the harsh grinding into rough form down. I've got my saw blade up here, I've got my knife blade here. Now I can go ahead and put a fine edge on the blade up front, and I can take a hand file and I can finish up taking off all the rough burred edges and rounding everything off nice and neat the way I want it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and drill a couple of holes up through the center here just to make it a little bit lighter. Alright, so we have the blade and the handle finished here, and as you can see, I've got these holes in here. It turned out to be a lot harder getting them holes in there than I expected it to be, so I ruined quite a few bits. Of course, I'm low tech, I'm working with just a hand drill, and so maybe if I had a drill press and some decent bits, I'd been able to make those bigger. My goal was to get these 4 holes in this center part to be a bit larger. So for now, I'm just going to have to live with them like this until I'm well equipped and can do something better. But really, that was just to be able to help lighten up everything a little bit, and or, you know, I mean, if ever it would need be, you could lash this onto a stick or something for, you know, like a spear type thing if you wanted to try to, you know, whatever, do some spear fishing, or, you know, hunt something if you thought it was necessary, or whatever the case may be. Reach up and chop a branch out of your way, whatever you'd need. So what I have here is just some paracord that I just kept this latched onto my backpack as having some spare cord with me. So what I plan on doing is using this now to wrap the handle of the knife, and that way I'll have it with me in the fashion of a handle on my knife, and if I'll need it, I'll still have it. So that's the next step, and of course I'm not going to give you a how-to on that. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do just yet. I'll make it up as I go, but I'll show you what I come up with in the end, and let's check it out. So be back in a minute. There it is, all done. I've got the wrap on it, little excess here with a loop for whatever I might want to put a carabiner on there or something. I did take just a little household knife sharpener and I just sharpened up just a couple passes. Of course it's got the saw, so you can saw when you're out in the wilderness if you would need to saw a branch off or something for some reason. You got some paracord here, the knife. You can see it's really semi-sharp there. I mean, it's not no razor or anything, but you know, it's my first time I ever tried to make a knife, and this is how it came out, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I will probably be whipping up some kind of a sheath and putting this in my pack because I love having some homemade do-it-yourself gear, and pretty much saving stuff like this from just becoming trash in the junk pile and turning it into something that gives it a new life. So anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next adventure.